Hello, my name is Aaron.
My name is Collin.
And this is
The Sports Hive Show.
Woo! We got sports. We're going to talk about some sports today, aren't we?
We are indeed.
So we
Which
got
sports, though?
I mean, we got basketball. It's a sport. And we got football, which is another sport. Hockey.
Baseball?
No, hockey's not really a sport.
Well,
baseball.
It's a sport when we win.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. When we lose, not so much.
Yeah. I totally get that. And then baseball's opening days in 2 days. You know where the Diamondbacks start this year?
Against the Doyas.
In L.A.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Tickets are mucho dinero
Yeah, that's crazy.
for even the cheap seats.
When Shannon sent that picture today, I was like, holy crap. Even the nosebleeders were like $300.
Yeah. And then, like, the tweet that was with it, they're like, wow, everybody wants to see the Diamondbacks.
Yep. Of course, everybody does.
What
I mean, we got a squad this year. We'll see what happens.
For tickets that we would normally get, sometimes, are like $200.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's on like third base side, way up,
That's insane.
sitting with the G-Man.
Now, opening days, obviously, the first couple of series are usually the most sold out for sure.
Or you can sit next to the dugout for $8.86.
No thanks. I'll pass on that. So what do we got around the sports world today? Any news drop?
Bring that back. Football-wise, Joe Flacco back to the Bengals.
Oh, there you go. Because Joe Burrow's going to get hurt behind that old line.
Hopefully not.
So
Hopefully not. So he's back on 1 year, $6 million. Who else? Oh, it was Trevor Siemian. I don't know if you saw that. He signed with the Falcons. So now it's Siemian, Tua, and Penix.
he's still playing?
I guess.
I haven't heard that name in years.
I know. I didn't know either.
In years. I thought he kind of just faded away after the Broncos signed him and he did that deal.
Yeah, he's been hoed around since, I think, but I don't know.
That's
that was
crazy.
weird. Brian Robinson Jr. also with the Falcons. So there's
Bijan Robinson.
2 beat Robinsons for fantasy.
Gotta watch out for that this year.
Yeah, somebody already made that mistake last year.
Yep. He's probably going to make it again this year.
They did it on like paper draft. So like they did the draft in person or whatever together. And then some dude slapped up Brian Robinson Jr. And he was like the first overall pick.
Dude, that would be fun to do. To do it that way?
Yeah,
if
I've thought
everybody
about
was
it.
local?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
All but
There's
you?
yeah. I mean, Landon,
Yeah.
cousin, who else? Who was
And John.
And John. Yeah, he could come down here though.
Yeah, right.
But
Jason Kidd lost his job as the Dallas Mavericks head coach.
indeed, Moses Moody tore his ACL or patellar tendon. I think
That
is what it
picture
is.
was disgusting.
It was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He ain't playing no more.
He will, just not for like majority of next year either.
Right.
Ja Morant shut down for the rest of the season, but there's only like a dozen games left, so I don't think that really matters.
Right.
Thunder have won 12 in a row. Spurs have won 6. Lakers had won 9
Got snapped last night.
and lost to the Cade Cunningham-less Pistons by 3. I think it was like 110 to 113. Ayton did solid. Actually, he did pretty good. Braun, I think, had like 12, 7, and 13. Luka had 32, I think. Reeves had like somewhere in the teens or low 20s. And then I can't remember this kid's name. He was on the Pistons, averages 8 points a game this year, which is usually the way it goes whenever the Lakers get beat by a team.
Yep.
Dennis Jenkins put up a career high 30 points.
Never heard of him.
Me neither. He played 39 minutes, though, 30 points, 11 18, 4 or 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 8 assists.
Well, obviously, the Pistons like him, so.
Oh, yeah. And he was
Played 39 minutes.
4 from free throw. And then Jalen Duren, their center, was 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
That'll do it.
And he had a double-double, 20 and 11.
Are the Pistons winning this year?
The East, yeah. They're 52 and 19. I don't know what other team record-wise is close to them other than, like, the Thunder and the Spurs. Closest after that would probably be Celtics or Lakers.
Do you think the Lakers have a real shot at winning everything this year?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. I can see them getting through the seed, like the teams that are down below in like the 6, 7, and 8 seed. But if once they get past the first round, of course they're gonna have to play harder the teams. So you're gonna have to get through
a lot.
San Antonio or the Thunder,
Which both of those are big asks.
which the Thunder is doable just because of matchup wise. I'll choose Luka over SGA, and then I'll choose Reeves over whoever they got at the 2 or whatever, and I'm gonna choose Braun any day of the week. Ayton wishy-washy on whether I'm gonna choose him over Hartenstein or not. Then who have you at the 5th spot, whether it's Hachimura or Smart, over Jalen Williams, who just came back. I don't know. It's tough on the matchups wise, as long as they have to play a little bit of defense. But then also, like, the Lakers aren't getting, like, the whistle that everyone thinks that they get, just because Braun was hacked last night, hardcore, and nothing. Like, and it was nothing against women, but it was a lady ref, and she was like, anytime it was like this, she just like that, not even paying attention, like, whatsoever. And then
didn't Reeves get knocked down too?
Mm-hmm. He got
called the foul though on him.
I believe so. It happened all 3 of the stars. It was Reeves, Luka, and Braun. Either the foul wasn't called in their favor like it should have been, or if it was like an offensive foul, whatever. But still a good game. It was the most invested I had been in like a Lakers game in the last like 9 or 10 games, just because I had the streak going. And like I watched like a little bit of each of those games, but then this game, I was like, when we were at the gym yesterday, I was watching it, and then I was like, of course. Yeah, I was like, it would be the game that I pay attention to the most that they lose, just like the Suns game. That was the last full Lakers game I watched, obviously, because we were there, and they lost. And then every other game I've only paid attention to like a little bit, off to the races, and they win. And I'm pretty sure that one loss that they had after the Suns, I can't remember who it was against. I think it could have been the Spurs or the Warriors, one of the two. Like, I paid attention to that one, and they lost. So I may want to keep to myself for the next 11, 12 games.
Is that how many there's left in the season? Just 11 or 12?
I believe so. At least for the
playoffs
Lakers.
Are starting pretty quick.
Yeah, they always start like April.
Yeah.
Probably the end of April. Because I remember, like, whenever we were in high school, I would always be able to, like, talk to my friends about it, like, the playoffs and stuff. And then once, like the Western, even Eastern Conference Finals started to happen, and then the finals started to happen, we were not in school anymore. So, like, that first few rounds of playoffs happened.
Call friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got, the best record in the league right now is still the Thunder at 57-15. So then that gives them 10 minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 games left for them.
Yeah. Where are the Lakers at?
46-26. So, okay, so I was a game off because I thought when we were talking about it earlier, I thought it was 45-26 or 45-26. So that still puts them at 72 games as well. So 10 games left for majority of the folk, 10 or 11.
What are the Spurs' record?
54-18.
Okay.
So hierarchy, the Thunder 57-15, the Pistons 52-19, then the Spurs 54-18, Celtics 47-24, Knicks 48-25, then the Lakers 46-26.
Are those the only teams that have actually won 40-plus games?
No, there's a lot. So everybody in the playoff picture right now has 40-plus wins. Everybody. And so Thunder and the Pistons and the Spurs have 50-plus. The Nuggets, which was the team that the Lakers lost to when I was paying attention, and the Timberwolves both have 44. Cavs have 45. Raptors and Hawks have 40. Lakers have 46. Rockets have 43. And the Knicks have 48. And then the Suns have 40 as well.
Yeah, they got the 40th one last night, I think.
Yeah, they're the 7th seed. Then everybody else is floating around like 38, 39.
All the playing teams, baby.
Unless your name is the Brooklyn Nets, Washington Wizards, or the Indiana Pacers, or the Sacramento Kings, and your win total is still below 20.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah, I was the Kings and the Hornets played yesterday or today. Kings mollywopped. They lost 90 to 134, and the Hornets made 26 threes. And like it wasn't like any like outstanding like scoring performance. It was just like everybody. And then the NBA like Twitter pages, they usually like post like the final, like in like the score, whether they lose or whether they win. And then the Kings one posted final, and then in all words it said check NBA.com. In all words, not even a link or nothing. It was like,
if you want stats, could go here.
check the game online because I don't want to speak of it.
Oh, that's funny. But it's wrapping up. I mean, these seedings are going to get placed in the next 10 games.
Pretty firm. The Blazers, Clippers, Suns, Rockets, Timberwolves, Nuggets, and Lakers all have, I think, a clinch in the playoff. Not playoffs, but the play-ins no matter what. Obviously, the Lakers are probably going to stay in third seed. Nuggets are going to stay in fourth. Timberwolves are going to stay in fifth. Rockets are going to stay in sixth. Then the Suns will probably stay in the seventh because the Clippers are only 4 games behind them, but that's a big ask to close a 4-game gap in 10.
Games. The Suns aren't going to lose.
Yeah.
Majority of those games.
And then the Blazers are 4 games behind. And then the Warriors are sitting at 34 and 38 at the 10th seed. So it looks like the Suns, to keep this 7th seed, would either, one, play the Warriors on the first round of the play-in, or... Hello? No, that's it. The standings are going to change, actually. So you can either play the Clippers, Blazers, or Warriors based off standings.
Yay.
So, I
I
mean...
guess we'll see what happens.
I'd rather probably play the Blazers, if anything.
Right.
Out of the 3.
I want to play the Warriors or the Clippers.
Yeah, the Warriors, I mean, although they just lost Moody, so that's an important piece. But still, Draymond's there, and then Butler's out.
I guess Steph will play that game, too.
Yeah. Playing an important game, rather.
Right.
Should be some exciting stuff. So in a week, it should be somewhat solidified on what the standings are going to be, hopefully, because in a week you'll get through like another 4-ish games, whether you have back-to-backs or separation between the two or between the games.
Gonna get exciting.
Mm-hmm.
NBA playoffs is always fun to watch. But I got some questions here. And we'll keep it NBA. I wanted to see your thoughts. Who's more likely to become the face of the NBA? Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic? Who is most likely?
Biasness aside, they both haven't really won anything.
Right.
But
both great players.
Both great, both super young.
Who's most likely to become the face of the NBA?
I would have to go with Luka because he's just more dominant and probably more consistent. I mean, I know he missed 2 very important shots versus the Pistons yesterday, but like
everybody has a bad day in the office.
In this month, he was Player of the Month with LaMelo Ball, and he averaged 42.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists.
That's crazy.
This month or this last month, yeah. But I would have to choose Luka, even though I love Ant. He's also one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I get it. Is Victor Wembanyama already exceeding expectations, or are we overhyping him?
I feel like he's not exceeding, nor is he underhyped. I feel like he's like where he needs to be, because like other than like Braun, it was Zion, Victor, and Flag have been the most like intriguing prospects coming into the league. So like you would have that standard to uphold. So Wemby got hurt last year, didn't he?
I believe
he didn't play a full season.
No, I don't think he did.
So obviously he's leaps and bounds ahead of what he was last year. I don't think he's overhyped, nor is he. The only exceeding part might be his like mid-range and 3-point shot and stuff.
I mean, he's how tall is he?
He's like 7'4".
That's crazy, and he's still able to play like that.
Yeah,
with the outside shots. Like I always try to imagine myself playing with like a kid basketball hoop in the living room. Like, that's how, like, they see
That's how he sees
the
it.
rim.
Yeah.
Is, like, right there. Like that kid from Florida, the Florida Gators.
Florida, yeah. I thought it was Miami. But
That
Florida
kid was
Gators,
7'9". And I know the Gators are out of the playoffs now.
They lost to Iowa State.
Out of March Madness, which is crazy. But when that kid dunked and then the video went viral, he literally just, boop. Just like you would in a little kiddie basketball hoop in the backyard.
Nuts. A lot of upsets in March Madness, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Would you rather build around Steph Curry today or go younger?
How old is Steph right now? Like 38?
I was going to say, I think he's late 30s. I want to say he's 37, 38.
Or build young?
Or go younger. So a younger player.
I mean, that doesn't say that you couldn't build around Steph with young people. So, like, if that would be my option.
But
Steph and Wardell Curry, he is still averaging 27.5 points a game, mind you.
he is old.
38. Yeah, he just had a birthday 10 days ago.
Yeah. Well, he's probably got a good another 3 years on him.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, he could probably play longer than that. It's not like he's driving to the hoop or getting hurt.
So let's say he's playing 5 more years. Do you
could build a
Curry
championship
and
team
build-
around Curry in 5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
You can at least get 2 out of that.
Oh,
Curry's
yeah.
the best shooter ever
Oh, yeah.
that I've seen. I used to hate Curry. And what's crazy is that, so went to Goodwill again the other day and I saw a Curry jersey. So then I was like 16 and like 17-year-old calling to be like, I hate this dude. Not a chance. Hate him. But then me right now, I took it because it was only like $8. So I bought it. And then just because he's just like how you were with Kobe or whatever when you were young, you didn't like him and now you like him. But you can appreciate the greatness. So I'm still going to go with building around Curry.
I like it.
Because he ain't got to do
agree.
much. You can spot up shooter, boom.
Yep.
There we go.
I agree with that. Is LeBron James still a top 5 player right now?
Top 5? No.
Who are your top 5?
Luka, Victor. This year, Cade Cunningham. If you want to go off stats, I'd say Shea. And probably still Jokic. So then that's 5 right there. Braun is probably... This year, I would put Reeves ahead of Braun. So Braun is probably like in the 15 range-ish in that area.
Okay. I like it. Does winning one more championship change how we view Kevin Durant?
No.
Not at all. So
No.
if he won one with the Rockets, do we view him differently? Because he's already going to be a Hall of Famer. But it's just how people's perception of him.
He's weird. He just moved in the top 5 scoring, by the way.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool to see, actually. But
Yeah, which is crazy. Which he's about to catch Kobe if Durant still plays for another couple years.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It would probably be a more respectable ring as opposed to the 2 that he got with the Warriors.
Right.
And the question was, would we view him differently?
Mm-hmm. And winning one more championship would change our perception of him. I guess it just
I don't know. The
depends.
perception is that he's like one of the best scorers of all time. And like in that aspect, most dominant. But like
He won his 2 championships
with
a superstar team.
Yeah, Curry, Clay, Draymond, Boogie Cousins, eventually, I think.
And the Rockets right now aren't that super team.
They can be, though.
Well, I'm talking like big name players.
Well, Şengün and then
They're not like the
Thompson.
Detroit Pistons where they're just, those cats are good and they don't have like a superstar besides Cade. And obviously you have good players when your team is good, but you don't have like a Steph around you. You don't have like a Draymond around you or a Klay Thompson around you. Hall of Fame coach, Steve Kerr.
For Durant, I'd say the big 3 for the Rockets are probably Thompson, Durant, and Şengün.
Right.
And then for like the Pistons, it's the other Thompson twin with Cade and then like Durant. But like it's like those 3 don't even compare to what Durant and Curry and Clay had done.
Right. So if let's say the Rockets do win a championship this year, do we put more respect on KD's name?
A little bit more. But like I don't think him winning one with the Rockets is gonna like
do a lot of
bandage up the way he left OKC and then his 2 rings in Golden State, then him going to the Nets, and then him just bouncing around pretty much. It helps a little bit, but not fully.
Right.
The only way would be like if you were to go to the Rockets, win a ring, and then like maybe go back to the Thunder, but then that would still be chasing a super team because the Thunder are good and don't need him.
Do you think he ever would go back to Seattle once that expansion team is open again?
I wouldn't see why not, but then also like you'd have to take the history of the Thunder, and then at least the Thunder from like 2008 and before back to the Supersonics because that's what they were.
Right.
And then 2008 and after, which is Durant's time, would still be with OKC. So I don't know what he would do because he was more of a Thunder than he was a Supersonic.
Right. How many years was he playing? Because obviously he got drafted by the Sonics. So it was 2 years with the Sonics?
Mm-hmm, because he was drafted in 2006 from Texas.
Right.
And then Westbrook came in the league in 2008, and Westbrook was never on the Sonics.
That's true, huh?
That's right. I don't know, because I saw the post that you liked on Facebook too, because Gary Payton II said once like the Supersonics become a team, he will leave whatever team he is currently on and goes to the Sonics because that's where his dad was at.
Yep.
So
respect, I like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But Durant maybe on like a 1-year deal after he's done with the Rockets would go to the Supersonics whenever that happens, which is probably like 2030.
How does that work with 2 expansion teams with players? Do they just players just put in a bid, hey, I want to go play in Las Vegas, hey, I want to go play in Seattle? Like, how do the creations of the teams
I'm
work
sure it'd just be like free agents and stuff pretty much, essentially.
And more kids just get drafted?
Because there's obviously all 30 NBA teams have the G League team that they have. So then you would probably try and pull from those teams first.
To create something?
So you have the GM, president, owner, whatever, and then they'll probably reach out to all those. How many people is that? Like 160, 170 people that are on G League teams.
Mm-hmm.
To see if they want to make that 15. Probably tryouts, I would assume.
Right.
And then reach out to free agents that aren't on a team currently. That's what I would assume, because they haven't really done like an NBA expansion like since we have been alive.
Right.
They made the Bobcats in like 2003, I think it was. They made the Bobcats, but the Charlotte Bobcats was just the Charlotte Hornets.
Right. They just switched the names up.
Yeah. And then they made the New Orleans Pelicans. And then so...
Did they?
Yeah. So like because it was the Charlotte Hornets, and then the Charlotte Bobcats became a thing, and then it was the New Orleans Pelicans, I believe. Or New Orleans Hornets first.
I'm trying to remember because
CP3 when he played in New Orleans was a Hornet.
You're right.
And then when that whole time of the Bobcats happening, then the Supersonics disappeared, then went to the OKC because the Supersonics just completely disappeared. So I think that's how they were able to make the Pelicans team.
Well, the Supersonics became the Thunder.
Yeah,
they just moved and relocated, but yeah, that team disappeared.
And then the Bobcats took over Charlotte, and then
I thought there was just a name change because it was the Charlotte Bobcats turning into the Charlotte Hornets.
The Charlotte Hornets in the past were a thing because Alonzo Mourning was on the Charlotte Hornets.
Interesting, huh? But then you got the Las Vegas team.
Vegas and Seattle will definitely happen by like 2030. I would say.
I thought it was like soon. I thought it was like the 2028.
I would say probably latest would be that to like actually build everything.
Yeah.
Unless they're building it right meow.
Probably.
I would say if there's space, which there is, but they also have to build the A's stadium in Vegas. So you got to build.
That's gonna be legit once that is done.
Vegas is gonna be the place to visit, as it always is. But for baseball, football, and basketball, because they're going to have 3 of the newest stadiums out of pro sports. But I don't know if I would necessarily want to be a team of any of those or a fan of any of those teams.
The Raiders, at least.
The Raiders have some potential. They just hired a new quarterbacks coach.
Did they?
For Mendoza.
Huh.
So we'll see.
All right, we're going to shift gears, and let's do some football. At this point in his career, what does Patrick Mahomes still need to prove, if anything? And he just got Travis Kelce back on a 3-year deal worth $54 million. He's trying to catch up to his soon-to-be wife, trying to be a billionaire.
Wait, what did you just say? For how much?
3 years, 54.
I saw 1 year for 12.
For Travis?
Yeah.
No, it was 3 years, $54 million. He's in for the long haul for the next 3 years. That's why I was saying in our group chat that Chiefs are actually building a squad that could potentially win it again in the next 3 years.
How about that? That was yesterday. The deal secures him for, okay, that's what I saw, for the 2026 season. So secures him with $12 million in guarantees.
Gotcha.
That's acting largely as a 1 year front office friendly restructure that makes him the highest paid tight end. So that's what I saw. So we were both right. But I know we were talking about it last week. They just need a better defense, and you still have Mahomes. You have K9 now, Kelsey. If I know they're on the older side, but you have Stephon Diggs, you have DeAndre Hopkins, and you have Tyreek Hill. If any one of those three goes to the Chiefs, it's probably going to be wraps, and they're probably going to win again. And
I would take Hill since the familiarity is there.
Yes, but he's probably also the Hop is the cleanest when it comes to like off the field business, and then it's Diggs, and then it's Hill. So if you want all the drama, you already brought Kareem Hunt back, so you might as well just bring Hill back too. If you just want to win, and then if Harrison Butker was cut or hurt for some reason, you just bring in Justin Tucker, or take Deshaun Watson from the Browns for a backup to Justin Fields. But
does Patrick Mahomes have anything else to prove? Well, he's got
how many
rings?
He's got 3 rings and I think 3 MVPs.
Right. He's already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He's been in the league for 10 years.
That's crazy. And he's been to how many Super Bowls?
At least half of them. Because his first year, when he was a backup to Smith, they didn't go. Last year, they didn't go. Year before that, did they?
Can't remember. I know they've been the AFC Championship, like, I want to say it was like 7 times in a row. Or something crazy stat like that. Because obviously Seattle and the Patriots were just last month, technically.
Yeah, it was when Philly curb stomped them. That's right. So
That's
Philly beat the brakes off of Kansas City. And then Kansas City beat San Francisco. And then Kansas City beat Philly.
That's right. It was, yep.
So in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, Kansas City's been in 4 of them and won 3 of them. Because they lost to Philly 2 years ago, then won against San Francisco 3 years ago, then won against Philly 4 years ago, and then lost to Brady and the Bucks in their first one.
Right. So does he need to prove anything?
I don't think he does. Really.
I agree. I mean, he's already have 3 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He's already cemented as another dynasty. And he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't think he really needs to do anything. I mean, like,
he's probably going to win one more, honestly, in his career.
Better stats, I would say. As it just like that's easy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win at least one more. He's been 10 years already.
I believe so. I think it was like 2016. Who's in the league?
Yeah, if he stays healthy, I mean, he can play another 10 years.
No, I'm sure he'll plan to. But he also just tore his ACL, and I saw something like that. His career right now is like eerily close to Brady's. Like, Brady had been to a lot of Super Bowls like this young in his career, and then had the MVPs, then had a significant knee injury during like a shitty year, and then obviously Brady came back and won 4 more. So, and then played for like 22 years or whatever it was.
Could Patrick Mahomes do that?
I hope not.
Wouldn't that be crazy? We see 2 quarterbacks like that in our lifetime, and Pat able to do something same trajectory as Tom.
Yeah, but then that would just mean that out of, say, in the next 10 years, Mahomes wins 4 more, goes to 6 more, or whatever it was. That would just mean that, like, at least for me, all the Super Bowls that I could remember watching, like Brady and Mahomes would have been in over half of them.
Right. If that were the case.
Yeah, in my lifetime, which would have been probably around like 18 Super Bowls, probably 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I'd be 37, so in 10 years. So that'd be great.
Those girls will be 41, 42.
Better than 50.
Yeah. Moving on. Still football. But this time, it's Baltimore Raven we're going to be talking about.
Lamar or Henry?
Yeah, it's Lamar.
Oh,
What does this season mean for Lamar Jackson in terms of legacy?
He got to do something.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, same with Allen, like Josh.
There's another question. Now he's the next question. So.
Well,
I guess we could throw 2 in 1. Oh, where did that question go? Because it was pretty much eerily similar. Oh, where'd it go?
but Lamar, like, he already has the stats. He's got an MVP. He's the best rushing quarterback other than Mike Vick.
Okay, so for Josh Allen, his question, what would it take for Josh Allen to solidify a Hall of Fame trajectory? So it's pretty much the same question as Lamar's in terms of legacy.
We'd have at least 1 Super Bowl win for each of them and probably like 2 Super Bowl appearances, I would say. At least go 1 for 2 or 2 for 2, whatever.
So right now, since we're talking about both quarterbacks, are both quarterbacks Hall of Famers today?
No.
I agree with that.
Was Lamar the first unanimous MVP, though? That would be the only... I think he was, because I'm pretty sure I've heard Shannon bring it up before a couple times.
Yeah.
So that would be the only, like, niche that I would have him above Josh, because they both have MVPs, but Lamar's was unanimous. And then Josh's MVP should have been Lamar's. So...
yeah. But regardless...
that Super Bowl win has to be the one thing that eludes them both for legacy and then Hall of Fame.
Okay. So Lamar this season needs to win the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yes.
Yeah. In terms of legacy. Okay. And so for Josh.
Because there's no more blame on Harbaugh.
Right. You got a whole new squad and you should be able to do something. And the same with Josh. He would need to win at least 1.
He got a brand new, fresh head coach, too.
Yeah. Familiar guy, too, in Brady.
Yep.
And Joe Brady. So there shouldn't be too much of, like, learning to get to know each other type of conversation because they already know each other. So to solidify a Hall of Fame trajectory for Josh would be a Super Bowl. And that's just trajectory to get him on the right path to get into the Hall of Fame.
Because they both have the stats.
Right.
They both have an MVP.
And they're both good football players.
They got Pro Bowls.
Right.
Whether they play in them or not. I mean, Super Bowl is what eludes them.
Right. Okay. I like that. Ooh. Which young NFL quarterback would you bet on long term? CJ Stroud or Jordan Love? Long term.
I'm going to go with Love because he's shown more consistency. Like, I know Stroud...
he had a good rookie year.
Good rookie year. The following 2 years, not so good.
Right.
But the Texans were still good last year, but that was all defense.
Yep.
With the occasional good offensive play. Love, he's on the older side, I believe, of those two. Because Love has been in the league for like 6
for a while. He sat behind
years
Aaron for a while.
Yeah, he sat behind Aaron for 3. And then, so I think this is his 3rd year fully starting. So he'll be on his 7th season coming up. Because he was drafted during the COVID draft, so in 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
So 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26. So this 6th, I believe, season for him.
So you would bet more on Love than CJ?
Yes.
Because I would bet more on Love.
Because if what would you, how do you think the Texans would have done last year had Love been the quarterback for the Texans instead of Stroud?
Oh, they would have made a deep run into the playoffs. If
a lot further.
A healthy defense and with Love at the helm, yeah, no, you're talking AFC Championship.
Yeah, I would say just switch the quarterbacks then. So then how do you think C.J. Stroud would have done with the Packers? With how, like, managing injuries and all that stuff. And then Josh Jacobs and then Watson, iffy. Golden, iffy. Reed, iffy. Dobbs, consistently good. Kraft, gone.
I don't think he would have been able to do anything, honestly.
There's your answer.
Right. I like that. Who would you rather have for the next 5 years? Josh Allen or Joe Burrow?
Give me Joe Shiesty. I'm
I was thinking the same thing.
gonna go with Burrow. I love Burrow.
I love Burrow when he's healthy. Just put him on a squad that has an O-line, and he's going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't care who your receivers are. If you give him an O-line, he's winning a Super Bowl.
Because last year was his first like major injury, right? That put him out for the shelf, like on the shelf for a while. Of course, it was the year that I drafted him in fantasy. But I would trust Joey Burrow.
Is Dak Prescott judged more harshly than any other QB in the league?
No.
Who's judged harshly then?
Love.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why
Just
is
because
he judged more
I don't know
harshly than Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys?
I'm not saying he's. I don't know. Actually, I don't know because Love, and if you watch like First Take every now and again, like Love has performed well. Like there was, what was it? Like the game that they beat the brakes off Dallas like 2 years ago, 2 playoffs ago. Like it still wasn't good enough. Like Love, how he played wasn't good enough, even though the Packers won by like 3 scores. And like there's other games in the past year or two where the Packers have just dominated, courtesy of Love. And then it's like Stephen A. Smith and some of those other dorks on First Take. I love Stephen A., but the other people, just were like, oh, I need to see it more. He's not consistent. He's not good enough. And then, I mean, the same goes for Dak too. I would say Stroud is probably on there as well.
I say Dak is...
Kyler Murray was too when he was playing.
Oh, yeah.
Starter.
I say Dak is by far leaps and bounds judged most harshly. Just because, one,
Cowboys.
most of that is a Dallas Cowboy, right? And every fan base hates Dallas. Like, there's no respect there at all. And that's just because it's America's team. Got Jerry Jones running that thing. And then, I mean, Dak played well last year.
Yeah, no, he did
was
really good.
He was the top 10 quarterback last year.
And Pickens was very good too. Same with Lamb.
So I think last year was like the only year where like people kind of he shut up the haters a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But in previous past, like especially in the playoffs, judged very harshly for whether that was not looking at the clock, expiring time at the end, that kind of thing, and then just not playing well on America's team, so unquote. But I mean, you can.
Lamar's judged pretty harsh too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Allen, not so much, even though Allen's in the same exact boat as Lamar and Dak. I don't get it. At least with Allen.
Yeah. We'll do a couple more here and then we'll wrap it up. Is Justin Jefferson already the best wide receiver in football, or is it still up for debate? With, mind you, JSN is now the highest paid receiver in the league. 4 years, 168.
And also, so Zay Flowers on the Ravens said he wanted the same type of deal that JSN got. It's like,
for what? That's crazy.
I don't know. That's either someone close to his circle said that or his agent said that. I don't know. Either way,
his agent wants that.
Well, yeah, because
yeah, a little piece of that.
But
Flowers is not even close there. Not even.
No, he's. I could probably name about 25 receivers I would choose instead of Zay. No offense, but offense.
No offense for sure. For sure.
If we were to go off of last year, Jefferson is not even in the top 15.
Okay, if you have a quarterback that can throw, which he's going to have an issue. Kyler Murray's not the answer for all of his woes that he's had this past year.
He's still got over 1,000 yards with Brosmer and McCarthy and Wentz.
Right. He got the yardage,
barely.
but I don't think the TDs were there.
He got like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. But if he has a quarterback that could throw like a Sam, you're talking probably the best receiver in football. With Chase probably being a 1.2 if Joe is healthy and their offensive line actually works. Because we've seen that. We've seen both those teams have really good years, and both those wide receivers have really good years.
Both at the courtesy of Sam Darnold. Because JSN, he didn't do that with Geno as much. And then Jefferson did good with Sam as well. And then Chase was still doing good with Flacco and Browning and Burrow.
I'm thinking of
that's top 3 right there.
Who's your 4th and 5th? After Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and JSN.
Pickens. based off of last year.
Who's your fifth? I have a fifth in mind.
Either St. Brown or CeeDee Lamb.
What about Puka?
Puka as well. Yeah, Devontae as well.
I put Puka at 5. If you're basing things off of last year and not just the all-around player, obviously JSN is number 1. He was the best player last year. But
Well, yeah, dude. Yep. Last year it'd be Jason, and then Puka, and then Pickens, and then Chase, and then Lamb. But all around, yeah, I'd probably have Puka at number 4, and then CD at 5, probably. I like Jamar, so I'm gonna say Jamar number 1, and then Jefferson at 2, and then Jason at 3.
Yeah,
and then Puka and CD.
Those are good. I like it. Let's do. How much does a player like a Christian McCaffrey elevate an entire offense?
Pretty highly, because, I mean, the Panthers, when he was there, did Cam Newton come in the league first before?
Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Cam did not take that team to the Super Bowl without McCaffrey there. Nor did Cam have that 50 touchdowns? All-purpose touchdowns, I believe, that season, his MVP season. That's when they went 15-1 and then lost to the Broncos in the Super Bowl. So having McCaffrey definitely makes you a Super Bowl contender, I would believe.
Yeah,
Because what have the Panthers done since getting rid of him? Nothing. I mean, like, you draft Bryce Young and you have Rico Dowdle, but let him go to the Steelers. So then now you have just Chuba Hubbard.
So Christian
McMillan.
McCaffrey, I think Christian turned the Niners around.
Oh, yeah.
That trade there. I know the Niners were already good without him, but, like, just having him there it's done a lot of good for the Niners.
Oh, yeah. Because he's been one of the best running backs for the Niners in the last decade or two.
Yep, I agree. Last question. Very, very last question. There's a lot of good questions here.
Save them.
Would you rather have an elite wide receiver, like it gives me a name, but you can think of any kind of elite wide receiver, or an elite pass rusher like a Micah Parsons, a Trey Hendrickson, a Max Crosby, or
Defense wins championship,
Myles
son.
Garrett. So you going edge or you going wide receiver? If you could choose between one of the elites.
I'm going to go pass rush.
I agree. That's why I want
sure.
so badly for the Cardinals to use the number 3 pick this year on one of the good pass rushers coming in. That's what I want. Because we have receivers and hopes of one becoming elite. One of the two.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we need an edge rusher for sure.
Because the Packers were doing good when Micah was healthy.
Yeah.
Like, we were 5-2, I think, when he got hurt. Then he got hurt, and then Tucker Kraft got hurt the following game or 2 games later. So, like, he's an elite tight end now. And then Watson and Reed were both in and out of the lineup. And then Golden was a rookie. Williams was a rookie. Dobbs was coming into his own.
So with a healthy Packer team, and do you have all the boys back first week of the season? Or majority?
Like as in Kraft and Parsons?
Yeah.
After ACL?
Because Kraft was kind of mid-late into the season, yeah?
He was like week 9.
Yeah.
Because Micah was like week 8. But Micah said he wanted to come back in September, so that's... I know he's more likely than Kraft is, probably. But if they were to miss any time, I would only assume like 1 to 3 weeks.
Right.
If anything. So it's still doable. You just have to fill the gaps that you lost. You lost
Ton of players.
some starters on offense, some starters on defense.
So depending on how the draft goes this year, which is less than a month away, super excited about it.
In Pittsburgh, the old armpit.
Ah, yeah. Do you think the Packers, when healthy, could win a Super Bowl this next year? I think they can. For me, and that's on the outside looking in, and seeing what the Packers did last year before everybody got hurt. Because when you have Micah Parsons and you have Tucker Kraft, they were able to win games without most of your wide receivers anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have those two boys playing, because those are the two big difference makers on your team, it's not Love, it's not Josh Jacobs, it's Tucker Kraft, it's Micah Parsons. Those are your two best players on your squad, in my eyes, anyways. When you have those two boys healthy and they're playing at elite levels, I see the Packers winning that division and winning a Super Bowl. At least within the next, if not next year, in the next 3.
We just need something because, like, we can't just rock with Golden, Reed, Watson.
But I think you can, is what I'm saying.
Possibly.
With
I mean,
Parsons and Tucker Kraft doing their thing. Because when you have an elite tight
offense
end,
is probably fine. You just need to replace your backup running back that you lost, and then you need a better backup quarterback than Desmond Ridder.
True story.
And then you have to replace the players that you lost on the defensive side of the ball. So until I wait and see what they do on the defensive side of the ball, confidently I can say offensive side that they're fine. And then the defensive line, there's a dude named Sorrell, I believe, and then another guy named Collin. Oliver, I believe. Those two guys showed glimpses of being good without Kenny Clark and without Rashawn Gary last year. So hopefully those two can do good. And then picking up Just on the defense is hopefully good too. Nixon shouldn't even be on a team no more. But we'll see. They just need a little bit of fine-tuning on the defensive side.
Right,
before
depending
I can
on what
say
happened in the draft.
confidently
Right.
that they could win the Super Bowl this next year. I mean, within the next 3, yeah, it'd be doable because you still have, like, the main core. Because if they let Kraft walk, I'm be pissed. If they let Micah ever go anywhere again, I'm be pissed.
Yeah, no,
They have to let Love retire.
Packer.
Love needs to retire a Packer as well. Jacobs, if you let him leave, that'd be retarded because there's not many other running backs.
Not unless you're trading running back for running back.
Free. Yeah, exactly. Not unless you were to trade him for, like, a younger running back.
Right.
Like, there'd be no, like, there was talks of him being, like, a cap casualty, but I was like, that'd be stupid.
Right. So you guys were going for somebody in the draft, which you guys don't even have a first-round draft pick.
Nope.
So, yeah, that's rough.
It's in Dallas. It's
Yep.
whatever. I ain't worried about it. Ain't worried about it till I am.
Yep. But, yeah, it's the draft's coming up, and it's going to show a lot about what these teams are going to be doing. Because there's talks of, like, the Cardinals, because they have the number 3 pick and the number 26 pick in the first round. And so either the three has to go edge. I just don't see any world where it doesn't, unless they're dumb enough to go O-line, which, again, probably could, but they need to go edge. And then with the 26th pick, there's talks and mocks out there of them snagging Ty Simpson and have him sit behind Jacoby and Gardner Minshew.
He's on Bama, right?
Yeah. He was a starting quarterback for Bama.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have LaFleur on his first year going tank mode. He's not going to want to do that. He's going to want to win. He's going to want to show people that he can win and try to match up to his brother. So picking up a Ty Simpson at the end of the first round.
Yeah, there's a huge difference, though. Matt LaFleur was thrown into a very nice situation.
Oh, for sure.
Having Rodgers and Devontae.
Yeah. And this is completely different to where it's just like we have no idea what kind of situation he gets thrown into. It's just what we do. It's a crappy situation.
Or you go defense and offensive line and then have Arch Manning next year.
Yeah, good. But then, like, because right now you've already showed the world, the NFL world, that you're going to tank. But you could fix that in the draft. But I'm just thinking with LaFleur now, like, does he want to just tank and go for somebody else? Is he cool with that? Or is it in his blood that he wants to win and show people that he can win and take the Cardinals to the playoffs?
He's got a lot to prove because he was the last coach picked.
Yep.
Cardinals are ranked 32nd. You got 2 old-ass quarterbacks. You got
the
old-ass running back.
Backup quarterbacks in the league. Because Malik is not a backup anymore. He's starting.
Correct. Yeah,
But he ain't throwing to nobody.
Yeah, poor guy. I don't even know what they're rocking with. They got to do something.
Yeah. I'm sure they will. But, yeah, we got the two best backup quarterbacks in the league. So, yep, draft's coming up. NBA playoffs is coming up. Baseball's starting 2 days. And then I got to see what game I'm going to next week for the Detroit Tigers series in Phoenix. Probably hit that Wednesday afternoon game would be pretty tight.
Yeah. March Madness should also end, too.
March Madness, Sweet 16. I think we're in the Sweet 16, yeah. punching tickets. I don't know if all of them have been punched, but I know we're punching tickets to the Sweet 16.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, it's a fun time to be in the sports world.
Mm-hmm.
Got any last minute things before we wrap it up?
Not that I could think of.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching, listening. Just a reminder to go ahead and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and follow us on YouTube. We also have an Instagram account. If you want to go ahead and check us out on Instagram account, that'd be much appreciated. And go ahead and tell your friends and your family. But until next time.
Yippee!